that was a very tough game to watch. My name's Ollie Sambertalk, Newport County 2, Oldham Athletic 4. Embarrassing. And the thing is, we started the game so good. The first half, we played amazingly. We was playing all these great balls, We scored 2 great goals. We was really dominating. And even the first kind of 15, 20 minutes of the second half, we was really dominant. And then we just fall apart. It was honestly one of the worst performances I've seen this season. And, I don't really like talking about the club in a negative light. I like to focus on the positives. I like to see everything from, a kind of half-full glass point of view, as they call it. But, you can't make excuses. People are going to say, we can't expect too much. We know we can beat teams like Oldham. We know we can win games like this. It was embarrassing. In terms of lineups, we've kind of started to move away from the 5-3-2, which is good. I think teams were starting to find out that we was playing it and they knew how to prepare for it. It does feel like we're playing a bit of a 4-3-2-1 or a 4-2-3-1, whatever it is. It's looking good. The players look comfortable playing it, and ultimately worked well for us. So the formation, good. Great to see Lewis Collins back in the team. He was the kind of the small light in the kind of dark picture today. Played really good for the 68 minutes he had. Missed a couple of chances here and there, but when you've not really played that many games, both professionally and in a long time, you do need that bit of match experience to kind of sharpen you up. So he's one of the very small positives that I've taken away from today. Lewis Collins played very well. Standard lineup, really, Shepard, Haynes, Cooper, Demetrio, Scott Twine, very similar to Collins, another great spark. Really hope he stays in January. He does want to stay, apparently, but we'll see what happens in January. Proctor up front, nice little change. Kind of glad to see Abraham's not playing, not coming off the bench today. I think he just needs a bit of time away to build himself up, kind of regroup, and hopefully he can hit that early season form come New Year. So yeah, we get into the game, starting to play well, playing these balls about, looking like a solid team. Oldham playing a bit dirty, few fouls. Scott Twine scored outside of the box, absolute rocket. You can go back and watch any of the episodes and listen to me say about how great Scott Twine is and how brilliant he is with his shooting, especially from outside the box. I think that's his third or fourth outside of the box goal this season, but quality player. Can't think his praise is enough. Played brilliantly today. Looking great. Then coming up to the 13th minute, Mickey Demetrio has to come off temporarily. It looked like he had a class on the back of his head, and with all these new rules, all this concussion kind of prevention, players have to come off for a second and then they're allowed to come back on. So that happens. Mickey comes off for a second, runs back onto the pitch. Oldham kind of take the ball right up to the goal line. All the defending looked a bit shaky, and then Keller Dunn just manages to kind of hit it round the post and into the back of the net. Very shaky defending, very poor. You can kind of see Mickey coming off and then coming back in, kind of shook everyone out the bit. So yeah, not great at all. So that was in the 14th minute. Game's going on. We're building up this possession. Few good passes. a player a lot of county fans are very critical of is Robbie Wilmot. He didn't do the best today in terms of his reputation. You know, he did have a few good touches later on in the half, but I think for every good touch he had a very questionable touch or a very poor pass. So a bit of a here and there for him. But, we're playing good. And then Scott Twine plays a beautiful ball, kind of from halfway in our own half, puts it right into the box for Scott Bennett. And it looks like he just slides and taps it in with his foot. But the Scots to Scots connection, I think what Charlie Brown called it was a Scotty to Hottie for Oldham connection. And that had me crying out in tears. But yeah, beautiful play from Scott to get the second goal. Going into half time, we're looking good, 2-1 up, playing some good football, really playing well against an Oldham team who are very good on the road. Second half, and then this is where I'm going to try and be positive, but there's only so much positivity you can put on a terrible performance. We're playing good, carry on the form from the first half, and then kind of against the run of play, Conor McElhaney, or however you say his name, runs through and scores an absolute screamer. It's a beautiful goal, very similar to a Scott Twine goal, really. Kind of sinks us down a bit. We're all here and there, not looking amazing, not looking great. But, we keep it going. We're still dominating, coming into the 60th, into the 65th minute. Sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, still really dominating the game, still playing very well. And then something in the 80th minute just kind of like switches, and we all kind of just crumble down. We don't play great. Oldham again, chance after chance after chance. And in that last 10 minutes, Oldham could have scored 4 or 5. I think we were very lucky for them to only score 2. Alfie McCalmont in the 85th minute kind of runs through and just slots it into the goal. Is what it is. Oldham then keep on going attacking. And then in the 90th minute, just before full time, Zachary Delaney, he scored the goal. I'll be honest, I was so angry I didn't even watch the replay, so I don't know what kind of goal it was. But the goal nonetheless put them 4-2 up, and it was embarrassing from us. We can play much better than we did play today, and we should be playing much better than we did play today, but something's not there. The defence isn't right, and we're not clinical enough. It's something we need to change, and it's something we need to change quick. But yeah, I'm going to pass over to the county fans, see what they have to say about today's performance. I'll rejoin you at the end.
Evening, everyone. Hope you're doing as well as you can after that abysmal performance. Oh, my hair, jeez. I'm not going to lie, I was busy for the first half of the game, so I didn't watch it. And it's got to be pretty serious for me to miss the Newport game. So I apologise, but I can't comment too much on the first half. I missed a little bit of the second half too, but I did manage to catch the last sort of half an hour, I guess. I know we were 2-1 up at half time, which is a good place to be. Scoring 2 goals in the first half is always nice, and we've had a decent season, but we don't very often score many goals really. We haven't won 4-0, 5-0 in 100 years. So to score 2 goals in the first half is promising, but then to let the goals in that we did, and for Podge to miss a penalty. He's not the best penalty taker in the world, but I'd probably pick him over Matty Dolan. But Sheehan absolutely sunk his penalty midweek, so personally I would have made Sheehan take it. But you have roles in the club, and if there's a set order and who's on the pitch takes what penalty, or who's on the pitch takes a penalty. You follow that. There's no real, oh, you did a good one on Wednesday, so you can take this one on Tuesday, whatever it was. Yeah, but then to that last goal from outside the box, I'm not going to slag Nick Townsend off because he's a fucking great keeper. But look, it's not the end of the world, is it, really? We're still top of the league, which I know isn't the point. 3 points tonight would have been fantastic. What can you do about it? Nothing. We can cry and argue and say this person needs to go and we need to get this person. Let's just have faith in Michael Flynn and the backroom staff and the team to make the right decisions come January with people potentially going. I know that Scott Twine wants to stay, and we obviously want Scott Twine to stay. But whether we can make that happen or not is another thing. And also potentially bringing some more people in to fill the voids of, filling the void of positions that need filling. Yeah, I have 100% trust in Michael Flynn and the boys to make the right calls and hopefully have a decent second half of the season too, and win the league and get promoted. And hopefully we can be there when that happens, and we can all drink till our eyes bleed and have a good time and enjoy League One next season. Keep the faith, guys. It's not the end of the world. Still top of the league. Still a class team. Let's not slag each other too much off. Slag each other off too much, or the team. Stick with the boys, and no doubt the results will start flying in again soon. Merry Christmas.
As you can imagine, not in a good mood at all. First one, start off congratulating Twine with another brilliant goal. So it's looking very likely now that we're going to lose him in January. Also to Scott Bennett's fans, good, nice goal, class, calm. Penalty. Joke. Sheehan scored his last penalty. Podge has been known last season to miss penalties. Yet we still for some reason let him take it. I remember the days when you used to bring Tristan Abrams on just to take a penalty. Why wasn't it the same with Dolan? Dolan is so calm with penalties and puts him in the far corner. One goal's a poor pass by Cooper. And yeah, I agree that you should just be clearing out the field if you're going to do anything like that. The other goal's just like Twine's. Yeah, I can't argue anything like that. But when you get given a penalty, you've gotta be taking every chance possible, especially in a league match. It's not a friendly. To be fair to them, they did keep trying to the end, but still got to be getting 3 points. Positives though, still top with a point clear. But we think that away game against Cordy's going to be a hard one. Train over Christmas, hoping everyone stay safe at the county. Have a good Christmas.
So, yesterday was disappointing to say the least. It finished Newport County 2, Oldham 4. We bottled it pretty much. In the lead twice, looking good. And then it ends up being a big loss. Conceding 4 goals at home. The first time we've done that. It's our first defeat at home as well. Against a team that you wouldn't expect. I'm disappointed. I'm sad about that, because it was a win that we could have done with Cheltenham and Carlisle losing. We could have gone 4 points clear. 3 big points dropped. Massive points, in fact, big time. I don't know what happened at half time, because in the first half we were decent, we were the better team. We went 1-0 up, they equalised, then we went 2-1 up just before half time, and we were looking good and we were in the ascendancy. And then after half time, then they go and get themselves back into it again, which was a pretty decent goal. But then we had the penalty, a chance to win the game, and we bottled that. I don't know what happened, because normally we've been really good at penalties this season. We scored every one. Oh no, except for against Salford in the FA Cup when Mickey took one. But late that game then we had another penalty which we scored. We've been pretty good at penalties. It's disappointing to say the least, because Oldham, they're not having the best seasons. They were 16th before yesterday. We were top, obviously, and for us to go in the league twice, you don't want to see us lose 4-2 in the end. I think in January we need a striker. I think it's looking pretty evident that we need a striker because we have so much possession, we create so many chances, but we just don't score enough. We don't take our chances. And like I said, that's been my worry for a few weeks now. I've always said that we play some good football at times. We have so much of the ball, we create so many chances, but we just don't take them. And yesterday it came back to hit us, which is not good because now we're only 1 point ahead of Forest Green. I think if we had someone like, I know he wouldn't come now, but just as an example, I think if we had someone like Semenyo in the team, I reckon promotion would be easy. I'm still confident that we'll get promotion, but like I'm saying, when he was here before, he was so lethal, he was clinical in front of goal. You give him a chance, he'd score it. And that's what I'm saying. If he was in the team now, with the chances we create, because we create more than what we used to when he was here, he'd score loads. And I reckon I'd be very confident of winning the league, let alone just promotion. Yeah, I think, and that's the only position really I think we need to strengthen in January, because I think midfield's okay because we create chances, we have loads of the ball, and we play some good football. And we even got like a bit of depth, like Lewis Collins, Scott Bennett, Robbie Wilmot can play there. Same with defence really. I know he doesn't play, but Kyle Hawkins, David Long King, Baker, he can go there. Aaron Lewis at left back. Like, we've got a lot of positions where we've got a lot of depth. And Nick Townsend, he's been really good, so we don't need to strengthen goal. But yeah, I think strikers the only, and we got a lot of attackers, but we haven't got a lot that can score quite a lot of goals, especially for the chances we create. And that's my only problem, and that's the only position I'd strengthen in January, because Scott Twine, he's been great, but you can't rely on him for all our goals. He's a midfielder. It's not all right. It's good that he's doing it, and I loved Scott Twine. I'd love it if we could keep him, but you can't rely on him to score you goals week in and week out. It's disappointing. It really is. I'm really sad about that result yesterday. Really sad. But you can't be too critical at the same time, because as a whole we've had such a great season up to this point, and even though it was a loss, we're top at Christmas. So top at Christmas, we're in May. We're in May. That's all you can say. And if someone had said to me, like, at the beginning of the season that we'll be top at Christmas, I would have laughed at you. So you've got to be happy about that. You've got to have, and I think the season as a whole has been amazing. We've had an excellent season. It's just a few games we've dipped, and that does happen in the course of a season. You do get a few disappointing results where you think, oh wow, how did that happen? But I'm confident that we'll hit back. We got Crawley away on Boxing Day. It's never going to be easy because we've always had trouble there for as long as I can remember. They're hard to beat. But yeah, we just got to try and move on, pick ourselves up. I hope that we don't go on a bit of a run now with a few disappointing results. I hope we can just move on from it and pick ourselves up. I'm confident though. I'm remaining confident because the season we've had has been brilliant, and it's given me loads of confidence going into loads of games. So as it stands, I'm still really confident. Even going into Crawley, I'm still confident we can win. So yeah, we just got to try and move on from this result today, and look forward to Crawley on Boxing Day. But as a whole though, yesterday was a disappointing result, but that happens sometimes. You do get results in the season where you look at it and you think, oh, like, that's not, like, I'm disappointed, and you think, wow, how did that happen? But like I said, you can't be too critical because the season we've had has been brilliant. So as a whole, I'm a bit disappointed, but I'm looking forward to Crawley on Boxing Day. We just got to try and move on up the county.
Well, to be honest with you, when Podge stepped up to take that penalty today, I had a flashback to Salford on Tuesday night, and it just crossed my mind that if he missed, and he's not the he's not the most convincing penalty taker, I don't think. If he misses, I thought, could we have another situation where the game swings, where the sort of momentum swings, and when you miss a penalty, the opposition gets a lift, and it went for us on Tuesday night up in Manchester, where it was a great point against Salford, but today it put the cherry on the cake for the opposition, for Oldham. I mean, Oldham didn't deserve to win 4-2, but we didn't deserve anything out of the game either. This sort of a result where you get smacked at home and it looks awful, it's been coming for a while. We tend to have something like this tends to happen to us every year at some point or another. It's not unusual. We've been smacked before by a few teams. We can all remember being smacked by Forest Green on New Year's Day, I think it was a couple of years ago. And it's been coming. We're not converting our chances. We're creating lots of chances, but we're not converting them. In all honesty, we're just looking a bit lightweight up front. There's not enough venom up front at the moment. Matty Taylor's always injured. Lewis Collins is still learning his trade. He's a little bit lightweight. Podge hasn't been scoring. Where the goals coming from, Scott Twine has scored so many goals from midfield. At the moment, we haven't got a razor-sharp finisher. Tristan's fast, but sometimes there's no end product, and therein lies the problem. We're crying out for someone to create the chances that some of our great footballers have been producing this year. So it was just a bad day at the office, always round, and a very disappointing scoreline. If we're going to look for any positives from the day, there's only one. And that's that when it's all finished, we're still top of the table. And I think casting my mind back to when the sun was shining and we kicked off the season, we first match, there was the Hereford game, but then we played Swansea in a cup match. And I thought, wow, we've beaten Swansea and all the rest of it. And if you'd have said to me then, no, that at Christmas we'd have been top of the table, I mean, I would have thought, well, you've been drinking a happy juice, but we are. Now a lot depends on how we kick on from this setback. It's not just a setback, though. I think we've had a bit of a period. If you analyse the points we picked up recently, it's not great. It's not great, and we also got the possibility of losing Scott Twine in January, and I hope to God that we don't, but the next 4 weeks is going to decide what happens to us this year, without any question of a doubt. We're better off at this time, as I say. We're in a good position at the moment. We've got a very tough 4 weeks coming up. It's awful today. I just can't say anything else, really. It's just that it was an awful performance, and there's not really many people put their hands up. I mean, actually, Scott Twine was probably the best on the field today, but other than that, just a gloomy day. So it's really important now that we get things together, and hope we keep Mr. Twine. So enjoy your Christmas anyway, and keep safe now with this disease getting worse, and all the best, and up the county.
So guys, that is it for this week's episode of Amber Talk. A massive thank you to everyone who has sent in videos. As always, if you do want to be featured in the next episode of Amber Talk, don't forget to go over to the Amber Army on Facebook or the Amber Army on Twitter and send us your post-match videos. Would be great to get some new faces, and always great to get the same old faces returning. Brilliant to have people talking, and it's all good. The next episode of Amber Talk now is next Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, next Saturday. We're away to Crawley. Boxing Day should be a very good game. They're 11th in the table, so it should be a game that we win, but look what happens today. Speaking of the table, we are still top, 1 point over Forest Green, 2 points over Carlisle, and 4 points over Cheltenham in fourth. So it's getting very tight, too tight for comfort, really. We need to be picking up wins. We should have won today. We should have won. So that's the next county game. Obviously, in between that, we have Christmas. So just want to say a very Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates it, and happy holidays to everyone else. Can't wait to be doing more videos after Christmas and in 2021, and hopefully we can take as many of you along with us as possible. If you did enjoy today's video, go down, drop a like on the video, leave a little comment. What did you think? Anyone's opinions you agree or disagree with? Start up a little conversation, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Really helps us out and helps the club out and helps everyone out. It's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. And yeah, more Amber Talks on the way. Hopefully a bit more positive. Anyway, my name's been Ollie. That's been Amber Talk, and as always, up the county.
Many thanks for watching the latest content on the Amber Army channel. Please make sure you leave us a like. Make sure you subscribe for more content, both for the neutral football fan and also plenty of Newport County. Even more Newport County content can be found on the club's iFollow channel on the link above. It is just £4.49 per month to subscribe to that service. And those of you feeling extra generous can also support us on Patreon on the link at the bottom there. That would be a monthly donation of your choice. Thank you again. Make sure you've subscribed, and as always, up the county.